Hello, this is Marie Lundi, your partner in everything real estate related. And so thank you once again for stopping in to the home buying process series. Today, we're going to talk about the attorney review period, right? And so we talked most recently about making an offer and the fact that your offer, the initial offer, is negotiated between your agent, the buyer's agent, and the seller's agent, right? You don't have a contract, as I've mentioned before, until the seller actually countersigns your offer. Now you move from having an offer to having a contract. And because your realtor is not an attorney, moving forward, you will need an attorney, a real estate attorney, to handle the contract, right? And so that next step involves not only your attorney, but also the seller's attorney, and it is called the attorney review process, which lasts anywhere between 3 to 5 business days. It can last a little bit longer depending on how busy the attorneys are and how much time they have to devote to your contract and negotiate the final terms. But generally speaking, it's about 3 to 5 business days. And so you may be wondering, why are the attorneys coming in after the contract is signed? Why not beforehand, right? Now, keep in mind that the contract that you sign off on with your offer has just boilerplate language, right? Standard language approved by your state. The job of your attorney and the seller's attorney is going to be to ratify, change those standard clauses, right? That standard language, and they're going to add their own verbiage into the addendum so that you as the buyer, you're protected further and the seller will be protected further as well, right? So basically, do not be concerned about signing off on the initial contract because that's just boilerplate language. Most of the language is going to be ratified by your attorney and also the seller's attorney, and they will sign off on the final terms and agreement. Now, as I've mentioned before, attorney review is about 3 to 5 business days. When both attorneys change the contract, they go back and forth with the terms, they add on to the contract via addendas, right? And so during that time frame, anything can happen, and this is very important. During attorney review, while the attorneys are changing the contract, you do not have a binding offer or contract. Although the seller signed off on your terms and your offer, you do not have a binding final contract until we are out of attorney review, until you are out of attorney review. You as the buyer during attorney review can change your mind without any consequences, okay? The same way, very important, the seller during attorney review can continue to show the property and can continue to accept other offers, although they've signed off on your offer. So it is a time of touch and go, really. No final agreement of any sort until we are out of attorney review. Once we are out of attorney review, then it becomes more difficult for you as a buyer to cancel the contract. And we'll talk about that. And once we are out of attorney review, the seller can no longer show the property and entertain additional offers, right? So once we are out of attorney review, you might have heard the term under contract or in escrow. Both of those terms mean the same, and it simply means that you have a binding contract with the seller. And so once you have a binding contract, that is when you start doing your due diligence. That is when you order the appraisal. That is when you order your home inspection, right? That's when you start spending money, investing money into the process because, you know, the house is secured now by your offer and there's no opportunity for other buyers to come in and kind of swoop the deal from under you. And once you are on the contract, it becomes more difficult for you to cancel the contract. There's usually 3 conditions that would allow you to get out of the contract, which we will talk about next. And so I hope that this information was of value to you. Stay tuned for the next part of the home series process.